Hi Jennifer, my name's Evona and I'm the diabetic nurse educator at the clinic today. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. It's nice to meet you.
Same here. So, before we begin, I'd like to let you know that anything we discuss here today will remain confidential. However, I have the legal responsibility to speak up if harm to self or others is in question.
Alright, sounds good.
Okay, so what brings you here today?
Well, I'm having trouble finding time to exercise. My doctor tells me that it's important to follow a healthy diet and exercise in order to help control my diabetes. Although I haven't had many issues with the prescribed diet, I have a very busy schedule and seeing as I spend time with my husband and 2 kids, it just doesn't seem like I'll find the time to exercise.
Well, I appreciate you coming here today to speak with me about your difficulty with exercise, and I can see that you've already invested effort in making necessary changes, like with your diet and managing your diabetes, which is great.
Oh, thank you.
So tell me about some of your concerns with exercise.
The biggest concern right now is just the time. As soon as I get up in the morning, I have to make breakfast and lunch for my 2 kids and help get them to school. Then right after work, I have to drive them to their after-school program, make dinner, and then by the time we all have dinner and everything, my husband and 2 kids and I just want to spend some time together. It just doesn't seem like I have the time.
Okay, wow, that sounds like a very busy day, so I can understand how hard it must be for you to fit in time for other activities like exercise.
Yeah, it just seems like there's no room anywhere.
Okay, so you find it hard to balance everything in addition to trying to fit in exercise within your schedule.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so can you tell me what you know about diabetes management?
I know that regular physical activity is really important to prevent glucose from building up in my bloodstream, and it also helps maintain my weight.
That's great, then that's all correct. So, and you also know, and another fact is that it can also lower the risk of diabetes complications like eye, heart, and kidney disease.
Wow, I didn't know that. I used to exercise a couple of days a week, but after I changed my job and started a family, it all kind of stopped. I just don't know how I can stay on top of that and everything else.
So you know about the importance of being active and you want to maintain your health and manage your diabetes, but it's difficult to exercise and finding time within your schedule doesn't seem possible.
Yeah, exactly. I just know that, exercising is important to maintaining or controlling my diabetes. But I think that if I kept my mind to it, I could probably start exercising again.
And that's great. So can you tell me some other reasons why you might want to make this change?
Well, my family is a huge part of my life. I want to do it to be healthy for myself, but I mostly want to do it to be healthy for them.
Okay, so from what you've told me, I can see that in addition to your health, family is also very important to you. And making this change would not only be for them, but for you as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so can you tell me what you believe you can accomplish at this time?
I know that if I exercise regularly, I can manage my blood sugar. So maybe setting aside 30 minutes a few days a week out of my schedule would be doable.
That sounds like a great goal. So I'm going to ask you, on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being not important and 10 being very important, how would you rate the importance of exercise?
I would say 7.
Okay, that's a pretty high score. So tell me why you chose a 7 and not a lower number like a 5 or 6.
Well, I could see the benefit of diabetes management with exercise, and that it's important for preventing long-term complications in the future.
Okay, so what would it take for you to move from a 7 to a higher number like an 8 or 9?
Well, I was thinking maybe knowing about the different types of exercise might help.
Okay, so you currently rate the importance of exercise as a 7, and having more information about the types of exercise that you should do would increase the importance of exercise from a 7 to an 8 or 9.
Yep.
Okay, so would you like some information about the types of exercise that you could do?
Yeah, I would.
Okay, so there are 2 types of exercise that are really good for people living with diabetes. They're aerobic and resistance exercises. Aerobic exercise includes walking, bicycling, jogging, so anything that elevates breathing and your heart rate, that's aerobic exercise. Resistance exercise, that involves repetitive exercises with weights, weight machines, resistance bands, or even using your own weight. But before you start any type of resistance exercise, you should get some instruction from a qualified exercise specialist, and start slowly.
Oh, thanks for sharing that information with me.
You're welcome. And I also have this brochure here that outlines all of the exercises that you could do, aerobic and resistance, and it has some other resources that you can refer to as well.
Wow, that's great. Thank you.
Great. So we talked about the different types of exercise that you can do. How are you feeling?
Well, I feel that I'm ready to start exercising again.
Okay. So on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being not confident and 10 being very confident, how confident are you in making this change?
I would say an 8.
Okay, so rating your confidence at a high number, that shows that you're really serious about making this change. So tell me why you chose an 8 compared to a lower number like a 6 or 5 or 6.
Well, after you sort of gave me some information about the different types of exercises, I started to feel a bit more confident.
Okay, so you rate your confidence as an 8 in being able to make this change. And you stated that you feel confident to do this because you now have the knowledge related to the types of exercises that you could do.
Yeah, definitely. I know that I have a busy schedule with work and family, but I can make the time to stay active a few days a week so that I can maintain my health.
Okay, so based on what you told me, it seems like you're ready to make this change.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so can you tell me how you plan on making this change?
So I'll start exercising for 30 minutes during my lunch break at my work's gym tomorrow. And then I'll aim to exercise 4 days out of the week.
That sounds like a great plan. So you're ready to start exercising 30 minutes at work using their gym, and you're going to aim to exercise 4 days out of the week.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay. So that sounds great. And if it's all right with you, I'd just like to review everything that we talked about today just to make sure that I haven't missed anything.
Sure.
Okay. So you spoke about having a really busy schedule with work and family, and you know how important physical activity is in managing your diabetes. You mentioned that exercise can help control your blood sugar and prevent long-term complications like kidney failure. And you said that exercising for half an hour per day for around 4 times a week, that's doable for you, and you can do it during your lunch at work using the staff gym. And we also talked about the different types of exercises, and you have a brochure that you can refer to for other resources. How am I doing so far?
Yeah, that's all correct.
Okay, so now you've realized that you can make this change happen. You said that you're going to start exercising tomorrow, 30 minutes using the staff gym, and you're going to do this. You're going to aim to try and exercise at least 4 times per week. Is this what you plan to do?
Yep, that's my plan.
Okay, and is there anything that I've missed?
Nope.
Okay, and do you have any further questions for me?
Nope, that covers it.
Okay, well, thank you very much for coming here today and for speaking with me. It's obvious that you're invested in making this change, and I'm positive that you can accomplish it. We should have a follow-up appointment 3 weeks from now just to see where things are at and how you're doing.
Okay, I'll make up a follow-up appointment. Thanks so much for sharing all that information with me.